Shin Chon-soo was simply hoping to make money when he signed up to work in Japan. That was 70 years ago. It was a decision he soon regretted. Several months into his job, he was conscripted into the Japanese army to fight in the Second World War.
After a physical examination, I was deemed fit for service in the Air Force. It meant that I probably would have to die, crashing into an American ship. I thought, why should I die when I'm Korean? I tried to escape, but was caught. I was beaten till I could barely walk. I spent a week in hospital. Then I had to go back to work.
Shin's story is not unusual. Because of a labor shortage in Japan from the late 1930s to 1945, companies recruited workers from Japan's colonies at the time, which included Korea. Shin has spent more than 10 years fighting for compensation in Japan and South Korea. He got nowhere, and so frustrated, he almost wanted to give up his nationality. Both the South Korean and Japanese governments have long held the view that claims against Japan during its colonial rule were settled under a 1965 agreement, and the courts in South Korea have largely adopted that position until the Supreme Court ruling, which held that individuals can claim against Japanese companies, opening the way for hundreds more to seek compensation. The South Korean government has indicated a change in its stance, planning to set up a task force to prepare for possible diplomatic negotiations.
This is really a sensitive political issue, as I just told you, and politically sensitive because this year especially marks the presidential election here in South Korea. At the same time, internationally speaking, Japan, South Korea are cooperating on many grounds.
Jong says neither country will want to jeopardize ties, but yet cannot afford to ignore the Supreme Court's decision. But enforcing the judgment will not be easy. For Shin, it may be years before he's paid any compensation, but he still counts himself lucky.
Those who lived till now got to see the ruling. I want to let those who died know that we, the living, made the effort. We fought and we won.
Florence, Looi, Al Jazeera, Seoul.